Hey guys, welcome to the arcade. Thanks very much for joining me tonight, and we're just going to sit and have a little bit of a chat. Kind of what I was talking about last week has come up again, and yeah, I think I was very much mistaken. However, to start off tonight, we do have some bad news for anyone who was pre-ordering the Evercade EXP. So I guess we'll take a look at that first. It's not a great way to start tonight, but it's something everyone should be aware of, especially if you are one of the ones who is waiting on this arriving in the next week or so. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So this is the release that Blaze put out earlier today. It was just this evening. I only got it about an hour or two ago. So basically, anyone who has pre-ordered the limited edition, that's the black version of the EXP, all of the units that were getting shipped out to the UK, the US and the rest of the world were being moved from the European warehouse, and the truck actually got hijacked. Now thankfully no one was hurt in the hijacking, but all of the units are gone. Now Blaze and Evercade have put out a statement to say that asking for people to be vigilant, you know, if you see anywhere selling an Evercade limited edition, because they were only made for the pre-orders, there are none for sale. So if you do see them out there, let them know. There's details on their website of how to get in touch. This is a big thing. Like they're pretty sure that it was organised just because of the way it went down. It's pretty shitty that someone out there has gone and done something like this. These were like pre-ordered stock. It's not that they can really shift them, because people were going to know that, you know, they're not viable. If it was the white ones, you would understand because they're out for mass production, whereas these ones, they only made as many as the pre-orders allowed, and they were only on sale from Fun Stock. They were the only ones doing them, so it's pretty shitty. Everyone was really looking forward to getting their hands on them in a week's time. I'm one of the ones that you know, has the pre-order in, so it doesn't look like I'll be able to play Ghouls and Ghosts while sitting in front of the fire for Christmas dinner, you know. So I'm pretty gutted by this. I understand it's nothing to do with Blaze or anyone connected to them. You know, they're doing what they can to try and help out and alleviate the issue. They're not sure whether or not they're going to be able to find the stock, but they have put things into motion to start getting more, you know, manufactured for the pre-orders. Anyone whose order is affected, they'll get an email from Funstock. The only ones that aren't being affected, as far as I'm aware, are any European orders. They never left the original factory. They will be shipped out from there, so you guys will be completely fine. Any of the ones for UK, US and rest of the world, they were the ones that were being moved at the time, and they were the ones that got nicked. So very gutted to see this, but these things happen. Thankfully they were quick in communicating things. If you want to check out the full statement, head over to evercade.co.uk. You'll be able to find it on their news section and read up what's happened, what they're doing with it, and things like that. Yeah, bit of a shitty one. They are going to be making new stock for the pre-orders to fulfill them, but it doesn't look like it's going to be getting shipped out until, you know, early next year at the earliest. Big disappointment again, like I say, but what can you do with things like that? Anyway, on to maybe something a little better, I guess. So last week I kind of went on a bit of a rant just to say that the sales that we get over in the UK are pretty crap when you compare them to the ones that the guys over in the States and Canada are getting. And I kind of, yeah, at the time I sort of stood by that comment. I was, because we don't see these big sales. We don't see like the £100-200 off, whereas the Americans are getting, you know, maybe low stock or low selling stock. They're getting stuff for a couple of $100 off, and that's fantastic. If it happened over here, we'd be loving it, wouldn't we? Well, maybe that's exactly what's just happened. So, looking at two sites in particular. Now there is the Costco one. Actually, damn it, I should have really brought that up. Do you know what? I will pull it up while I'm here, because there is the arcade one-ups over on Costco's website, and they are a really good deal. Let's see. Up you come. Okay, that's brilliant. There we are. So let's scoot over and we'll show you what I'm talking about. So we'll start with Costco. Now you do need a Costco membership for anything that you're buying on here, but I think the Costco membership is quite low. Let me see, online only membership. There you go, 15 quid for the year, and you're able to, you know, go through the online part of it, which is what we're looking at here. So 15 quid for the year. I'm sure there's loads of other stuff that you'd be able to get through here as well, so you wouldn't be out of pocket too much, like, would you? But looking at the two that they have at the moment, there is the Pac-Mania and Mortal Kombat 30th edition, and you can pick these up for £349. Now they're saying that the online price was $450. Not technically true, because the lowest we've seen these from normal retailers was $499. So you're actually saving about 150 quid on these ones. So it's a really, really good deal, and you can get shipped to you. Now, unfortunately, they don't ship to myself over in Northern Ireland, which is why I can't really take advantage of it. But I would certainly, for 350 quid, I would be all over the Mortal Kombat machine. Pac-Mania. Sorry, I keep zooming in when I mouse over. Pac-Mania. No, I talked about these when they were announced. The Pac-Mania one doesn't really have much appeal to me. The games on there aren't much different to what I have on my Legacy cabinet. Now the difference there is that there would be online leaderboards and things like that. That's kind of cool, but I don't think it's worth the upgrade. I love Pac-Mania. I think that's a great game. I'm not sold on the look of that cabinet. It's the artwork is a wee bit lacking. I know it's kind of it is very similar to what we had in the arcade. It's just not for me, that one. There isn't enough of a step up to try and sell that one on and bring this one in. So it's a great wee cabinet if you're looking for a Pac-Man one. It's cracker. The game list on it is brilliant. Mortal Kombat, I love. I think that is a fantastic looking cabinet. It's definitely an upgrade from my one, because mine's a Gen 1. It's only the 3 games on there, so you're getting 14 on the Midway or the Mortal Kombat Legacy. So for 350 quid, well, plus your £15 for the yearly membership, I think that's an absolutely brilliant deal. Like I said, these cabinets are retailing for $4.99 normally, so you are making a saving of about 150 quid here when you're looking at these two. Going over to Smiths. So Smiths, they still have the older legacy machines. Now, I can't really speak for the Pac-Man one, why it's only been discounted to $3.50. The only thing I can think of is that the Smiths got Pac-Man quite late last year. Like I had, there was a fair wait to get the Pac-Man Legacy in, from what I remember. The other two came earlier in the year, and this was maybe a couple of months later. But they are older generation machines. There isn't any Wi-Fi or online leaderboards on these machines. You do get the 12 games, so if you're not worried about online connectivity per se, if you're just wanting to play the games offline, then these two cabinets are really good. The two I'm talking about, the 299, that's the lowest they've ever been. When they originally came on to the market, they were $3.50. They have gone up in price since they came to market. Why? I don't know. I can't answer that one. But they did go up in price. They now come down to 300 quid, which I think is really good. Like I say, if you're just looking for the offline version of these, you would just want to play them in the house, then absolutely fantastic. The stools are actually on offer as well. There's the Street Fighter and the Mortal Kombat ones have a £10 off. I'm not 100% sure. The stools are nice looking. 40 quid for a stool though, it's a bit, you're asking a bit much. They are very nice looking stools. I know people collect them and things like that. The Pac-Man one is actually my favourite, which is a bugger because it's not on offer at all. But there you are. So the older generation, I should touch on this as well, I suppose. So Star Wars pinball machine, $5.99. You've got the 10 games preloaded onto it. That's the lowest this machine's ever been. If it was the Marvel one, I would pick that up in a heartbeat, because you've got the 10 games on it, plus you've got Team Encoder's A1 pinner mod, which will add the 10 games from Attack on Mars and the 10 games from the Marvel one. So you could end up with 30 games on that machine. That's a lot of bang for your buck there. So there's 30 tables, 600 quid. I know you're still asking quite a lot. I do think that the A1 pinner mod made these tables a lot more attractive to a lot of people. If you're a big Star Wars fan, then I would absolutely recommend this. For me, I just don't like the artwork. It's the one thing that puts me off, and I'm gutted because I could pick that one up. But I just don't like the Star Wars artwork, and yeah, that really kills me. It's a shame. So there's a couple of things to mull over if you're thinking about picking up either a pinball machine or one of the older cabinets. Moving on from there, we go over to Game, who is having a fantastic deal at the moment. And the weird thing is, they're not marking it up as a sale, at least not on the site. So let's have a look at this. So you may be looking at this and thinking, what's changed? Well, nearly everything, to be perfectly honest. So there is Dragon's Lair, which was £430. It's now dropped £100. There's the NBA Shack Edition, which was $699. It's now $599. The Infinity game table, that's dropped as well. Yoga Flame, that's dropped. The only things that haven't dropped are the collector kids and these damn couch kids. I think everything else has been discounted. Maybe the counter kit. Can't be 100% sure that the counter kit didn't come down. I can't remember its price. But look here, you've got Mortal Kombat, Centipede, Pac-Mania, the three new legacy machines, $399. So you're only 50 quid more than the Costco one. You don't need a membership here. You are still paying for shipping. Actually, I don't know about Costco, whether they charge for shipping, because I can't get anything. I can't really go through the process and see. But look at there. There's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I've only got this, what, maybe a month, and it's already been discounted £100. That's a big one. That is big. And then of course we have things like Golden Tee, the full size cabinet. You've got the two versions of the arcade 1-up pinball. For some reason we never got Attack on Mars, and I don't really know why, because it was the best looking one out of the three. It's a gorgeous looking pinball table. I know there were issues with it originally. One of the tables didn't work, so you could only really access 9, which is very, very annoying, but they fixed that. Why we didn't get that pinball table, I just don't know. But absolutely, take a look at Game's website if you're interested in picking one of these up. I know there's been a couple of people commented on the videos that I put up around just like a quick short around this. Someone picked up Yoga Flame. Someone who was sort of teasing me, going on, it's time for you to pick up Marvel Pinball, isn't it? And I went, yeah, do you know what? I think it is. So this morning I thought, do you know what? I've caved. I'm gonna go ahead, put my money where my mouth is. I think this is a great sale. I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna pick up Marvel Pinball. And I went through the process, added to cart, all the rest of it, got to the delivery, and it goes, sorry, no delivery in your area. I was gutted, absolutely gutted. So I got on to the Game about this, spoke to a guy called Adam in their customer service department. He really helped me out all through the day, trying to work out why it wasn't coming up with a delivery, because I've got stuff from Game before. Like, they have delivered to me, nothing of this, but Adam had a look through, couldn't see anything to say why there would be there was nothing handed down to them anyway to say that there was a break in service for people from Northern Ireland. So the only thing he's been able to sort of find out is that DPD, which are the only couriers that service Northern Ireland for Game, they have a massive backlog at the moment that they're trying to work through. So it looks like they've suspended any new orders or deliveries until they get through that. So there's not a lot I can do at this stage. I'm hoping that in a few days they clear the backlog and I'll be able to order, but whether or not that means I'll be able to get to the sales or not, I just don't know. It's It's really annoying because I just thought these looked, the sale just looks fantastic. I'm very tempted by a couple of these machines, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, if money was no object, and honestly, money's not the big killer at the moment, it's space. So in the new year, when I get this place cleared out, because I've got a few boxes for Christmas presents, things like that at the moment, I might do another like an updated arcade tour. So just off to my left here is Marvel vs. Capcom. Beside it I have space for one more upright cabinet, which I've kind of reserved at this stage. That is going to be Star Wars when it comes out, because we know it's coming. Now, we don't know if it's going to come to the UK. We can hope, and I really think it will. It'll be a matter of time once it appears, I think, because we've seen it with Marvel vs. Capcom, we've seen it with Blitz, even with Dragon's Lair. They do make it over here, and they've been doing quite well with the new cabinets. So from I think Golden Tee onwards, the UK have gotten each of the cabinets. The most recent one that I can think of that we didn't get was Killer Instinct, and that was really, really annoying. I would have probably picked that up, and it's a bit of a shame because Rare was a British company. So how can you not bring Killer Instinct home? A big shame, but like I say, they've been doing really well ever since that. That all of the cabinets that have been released have come out for the UK. So I'm really, really hopeful that when we see Star Wars released, it'll come over to the UK, it'll go on pre-order fairly quickly, and we'll be able to pick it up. But like I say, I really am running out of room here. I've got a few ideas to be able to squeeze maybe another one in. Like, oh, so going back to the original point, I suppose, if I had an infinite amount of money and a big enough space in order to put these things in, let's see. I would pick up the Atari Centipede. I think that is a fantastic cabinet. The control deck is absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can sort of get a better picture of it. So you've got everything you want there. You've got your spinner, you've got your trackball, you've got the lovely little volcano buttons for player 1 and 2. The game list on it is fantastic. The old classics, Gravatar, Tempest, Lunar Lander, Super Breakout. These are fantastic games that would just be perfect for an arcade. And I think the cabinet itself looks really cool. I'm torn between that look and the older Tempest one. I think the older Tempest one might look slightly better, but I love this Centipede. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So and it has the online leaderboard to boot, so I'd be quite happy picking this one up. Going back, looking at where's my mouse? Get back here, you. The Mortal Kombat one. Yes, I've said it before that I am tempted on that, and it's a big upgrade from my Gen 1. That I would probably retire. So I would pull that out, replace it with the Midway Legacy. That I would probably. I've got a Pandora box in the back there that I've played around with, and it's okay. It's okay. I reckon I would probably put it into the Mortal Kombat machine and reskin it. Reskin it into what, I'm not entirely sure. But I think after that I might sell it on. You know, just to because I've got enough big multi-kids in here now that the Pandora box is what? That one is 6,001 or 7,001. I'm not entirely sure. A lot of them are duplicates, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think... I don't know. If I had enough space, then maybe yes, I would keep it. The Pac Mania one, like I say, I'm not completely sold on. Hey Tom, how's things? Are you here to mock me because I can't pick up the Marvel pinball table? I am absolutely gutted. I was actually just saying that, yeah, speaking to games, customer service, so all they can really tell me at the moment is that it looks like DPD are completely backlogged and they can't accept any new delivery requests, which is probably why I can't place an order, because DPD is the only one that services Northern Ireland. So I'm hoping, I'm going to keep checking. I'm going to keep checking, possibly every morning, to see if I can place an order, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up on the sale. It would be really nice to get the Marvel pinball table. I just think it's an absolute gorgeous looking table, and I know you've had an immense amount of fun with it, so I really want to, yeah, just look at that. It's just so much better than the Star Wars one. That's what, like, I just can't live with the Star Wars one. I couldn't settle for it when I know this is out here for the same, this is out there for the same amount of money. For me, it has to be Marvel or Attack from Mars, but like I say, Attack from Mars just doesn't seem to be coming over here at all. So yeah, the Pac-Mania, probably not for me. I'm quite happy with the older legacy. I know it doesn't have online or anything like that, but I'm happy with what I have there. Marvel vs. Capcom, that's a great deal. I would say anyone who was on the fence about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, seeing it now at $5.99 might get them to think twice. That I don't really understand why they've discounted it so early. Going from what we saw in the States, these things were selling out within minutes. The UK does not seem to have had the same problem. Like, they're always in stock in multiple places. Like, Game have them, Argos are getting them in, Quirky Store still, they go out of stock every now and then they come back. So we've obviously got a lot of stock. I really can't answer what the difference was here, but if anyone's on the fence about that, take a look at a couple of reviews. I've got one up. I know Cool Toy had one up as well. There's a load out there now. It's a really fun cabinet. I'm really having. It's not selling here, too expensive. Oh, the Attack from Mars. Yeah, I did hear that the pinballs, to manufacture them, was costing Arcade 1UP a lot more than they first intended, which is why I don't think they'll revisit pinball anymore. I think there was talk that there was going to be like a second wave of new pinball machines, but I think that's since been scrapped. They're just far too expensive, and they're not selling for the price point that Arcade 1UP wanted. They had to really inflate it to get some money back on their investment on that, and it's kind of killed the momentum because it's gone up too high and customers just aren't buying them. So it's a big shame. I would love Attack on Mars. I think it's the best looking cabinet. It's the best looking pinball table out of the three. But like you say, I don't think we'll ever get it. Yeah, we'll just get these. We'll just have these two, the Star Wars and the Marvel one. But it is what it is. The Golden Tee the full size one. I've gone back and forth on this a lot since it first came out. Now, it was originally 650 quid. It's now down to 550. Now, this is a full-sized arcade. It's a 19-inch monitor on it. You've got the trackball. Now, I do have Golden Tee running on my Gamer Pro behind with the trackball, and it's a really fun game. Having it in a dedicated format, I think, is a brilliant idea. It can take up to 4 players, I believe, is its setup. It's fun. It's simple. I know the screen's rubbish on it, which it is very annoying. But if you're standing directly in front of it, you don't notice it as much. I think I would pick this up. Like I'm saying, like, money no object, space no object. I probably would pick this up. This would definitely go into my dream arcade. If I could. Like, I'm talking about like waking up tomorrow morning and finding out I've won the lottery. I would go on such a spending spree. Arcade Fury, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Really want Killer Instinct as well, but not sure it'll come to the UK. Yeah, I think at this stage we've missed the boat on that. There's been no sign of the 3/4 scale. The Pro model we knew was only going to be in limited quantities, and it was only going to be sold from the Arcade 1UP website itself as like a test. And it's annoying more than anything else that it should have come to the UK. It should have come home, and I think people would have picked it up. I need to have another little look to see how happy people are with it now that Code Mystics has put out that little beta. What do you call it? What are they calling it? The spectator mode beta. So spectator mode was left out of Killer Instinct on purpose by the looks of things. So Code Mystics has been working in the background to sort of add it back in, and they have like a way of updating the cabinet. Now, this wasn't done through Arcade 1UP. This was Code Mystics on their own. I guess they were given the green light from Arcade 1UP, fill your boots, do what you gotta do. So they've added a few things as well as spectator mode, a few improvements to the lobby system, and it looks on paper anyway really good. I would love to pick up a Killer Instinct, but like I say, I don't think it's coming here. You hope Mortal Kombat 4 comes out over here. I don't like Mortal Kombat 4. I'm one of those ones. I don't like it. Yeah, well, Mortal Kombat Trilogy was the last pure Mortal Kombat game that I played and loved, and I've played a lot of them. Like, I did play Mortal Kombat 4. I played, what was that, Shaolin something? The kind of platformer where you were Kung Lao and Liu Kang. Played that. I played that awful Sub-Zero Legacy game. There was another one that was quite good. The only thing I remember about it was the story mode, where you started off as a young guy and you fought each of the various Mortal Kombat characters, and you ended up as quite an old warrior. Oh, what the hell was that? You ended up as quite an old warrior, and when you got to that point, you unlocked him as a playable character. Damn, that's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to try and figure that one out. Please don't tell me that was Mortal Kombat 4. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Damn. But yes, for the next legacy machine, like, I know people are annoyed with the way it was the way that Mortal Kombat was executed on this version of the legacy machines. So it's not really a lobby system. It's kind of like the quick play option, I think, is how it works. So you don't really get to select who you want to fight. It just matches you up with someone who's also online. There's no spectate mode or anything like that. There's a lot of features on that cabinet that should have been implemented, and they weren't. I have to agree with people just to say that they dropped the ball on that. That if this was meant to be a 30th anniversary celebratory cabinet, there's a lot that they could have done better. And yeah, I'm disappointed. That's one thing to point out as well, that with all of the current legacy, they all have the crappy monitor. So Mortal Kombat, Pac-Mania, and Centipede, they all have the crappy monitor in them. And I hope that's the last we ever see of them trying to do that. I really hope that the backlash from this year has caused them to... Now, I can't say for certain what made them go ahead with using a subpar monitor, whether it was the BOE monitors weren't in stock and wouldn't be in stock in time. Someone has maybe made the decision to say, you know, if we don't get this out by this date, we're going to lose our Q1 profits, or whatever the hell it is. That's way... It should be the last. It should be the last. Oh, for the monitors, yes. Sorry, because the chat's a wee bit behind me. I get so far ahead of my own train of thought that I can't remember what I was talking about. Yes, I totally agree. I hope it's the last that we'll ever see of those ones. There was enough backlash that I hope they won't ever do it again. Like, this was the one that brought it to light, but because the other cabinets were already in development, they were already going into production by the time this started to become a massive thing. There was no way to stop the ball rolling on the other legacy cabinets, and indeed Shaq. That's one I probably wouldn't go for. The Shaq edition. I don't really have a great love of NBA Jam. I think if I was going to go for one of the 4-player sports one, it would actually be NFL Blitz. $5.99. That's a very good fucking deal. You've got the 4-player 49-way joysticks. Online is now working in a form. It's sort of it's sort of a beta. They are hopefully going to keep making improvements on it, but from the look of it, it's going quite well. Now, there is not an issue per se on this, but there's no Ethernet port on the back of Blitz. But what you can do is there's a micro USB in the back of the PCB, so you can get one of those micro USB to Ethernet adapters that you would get for like a Chromebook or something like that. Plug that in, plug the Ethernet cable in. The PCB is configured that it understands when it gets an Ethernet connection and will switch it over to a wired connection. Fantastic. So there you go. If you're thinking that your Wi-Fi is no good, which mine out here is terrible, and you would only want to play this if it was wired, absolutely you can go for it. I think the adapters are like 12 quid, 10 quid, 12, between 10 and 15 quid. You can pick one of these up. Goes into the back, simple enough, Ethernet cable, and away you go. So if you're thinking about NFL Blitz, yeah, I think 500 is a pretty decent deal for a big 4-player cabinet. You'll get a lot of fun out of this. And I love the new 49-way joystick. I think that's going to open up. That's going to open up a few avenues. I would love to see them do like a Smash TV with a 49-way joystick. I don't think Smash TV was Smash TV 49-way? It might have been. I don't know actually. I'd have to look that up. It may have been, but I definitely want to have a live stream of the Smash TV. I had so much fun on that. The last time we did something like that. I just want to do a dedicated Smash TV stream. I think that would just be insane. But yeah, I'd love to. I think it out of the two sports games, I would definitely pick Blitz over NBA Jam. Not that I really understand American football too much, but I enjoy like playing it when like over at my brother's house and things like that, playing Madden and stuff like that. I guess it's slightly different, and the arcadey feel to Blitz is great. I think it looks fantastic. I'd love to give it a go. I really would. Bet we could get Blitz at $3.99. $3.99, you think? That would be another £100 off. I don't know. Maybe. Are you the feeling as well that just Blitz isn't selling too well in the UK? Is it just that there isn't enough American football fans over here that it's just not selling like they thought it would? I don't know. Is basketball more popular over here? See, I'm a rugby fan. I don't give two tosses about like basketball and things like that. But maybe that is it. Maybe Blitz just it doesn't have the demographic over here. It just doesn't have the fan base that it obviously does in America. Yeah, Blitz would definitely be on my list. This thing here, $3.99. It's a brand new cabinet. It came out just before. When did that come out? Just before Marvel vs. Capcom, I think. Especially with the known issues. Which issues? The only ones I knew about were the lack of online and the slight slowdown when playing online, because they've had to cap it. Like the game offline runs at about 60 frames a second, which is a big upgrade from the original arcade. I think they have brought it down to either 50 or 30 frames a second. But what are the other issues on the cabinet? I don't think I'm aware of them. But yeah, going back to Yoga Flame, I just think it's I think they've really missed the mark on this one. Like, first of all, you've put Street Fighter into a midway cabinet. That's terrible to begin with. The artwork I just do not like. And I know the Hadouken version, the blue. I could probably live with the blue one slightly more than I could with this. I just think it's terrible. I'm sorry, and I know they've hired someone to do like a custom artwork. It's really impressive looking. I just do not like it. Because of that, I've put no effort into researching this cabinet. I don't know what the online situation is with this one. I imagine it's very similar to how it works on Big Blue, which seems to be quite stable and working quite well. I know people have been playing tournaments and things like that on Big Blue, so I would say if you pick this one up, I'd be quite confident to say that your online experience will be very good. You'll be able to play with the ones over on Big Blue, because they're sort of compatible the same way that Marvel versus Capcom can play against the older cabinet as well. Tempted to get Yuga Flame, but I'm still keeping Capcom Legacy for the gameless list. So you have the previous. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get it straight in my head. So you're keeping the. What's the difference on that one? The only one I can think of is Knights of the Round. Although there might be a few other ones. Where's the games list? Armored Warriors, Gigawing, Captain Commando, Final Fight, Saturday Night Sportsmaster, Pro Gear, Strider, King of Dragons. I'm trying to think of what else was on Capcom Legacy. Let me have a look. See if I just. Oh look, you can save an extra £10 when buying a stool. Where's the games list? Okay, so oh yes, you've got Ghosts and Goblins. You've got 1944, The Loop Master. Yes. Okay, I completely understand why you would be keeping that one. I did say that if they made for me it would be Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins. It's pretty much the same game. It's the older version of it. But if they made a Ghouls and Ghosts cabinet, I'd be all over it. 1944, The Loot Master is just a fantastic shoot 'em up. I love it. Yoga Flame is a great deal. Love King of Dragons and Armored Warriors. Yeah, same, absolutely. So where was... Oh, Knights of the Round was on... Big Blue then. Sorry, I'm getting myself in a bit of a muddle then. Hey, Harvey, how's things? Yeah, I completely understand why you would want to keep the original Legacy if you were to get Yoga Flame. I think Yoga Flame is it does have a very good selection. Gigawing, ooh, would I say Gigawing was better than 1944? No. It's a very good game. I think 1944 is better. Captain Commando is a great little side-scrolling beat 'em up. I really do like that one. Armored Warriors, King of Dragons, Strider, Pro Gear, they're fantastic game selection. I just have to keep going back to that hideous artwork. Maybe next year they'll make a better one. I think they missed the mark on this one entirely. And I think, oh yeah, Dragon's Lair for 329. Okay. All right. That's difficult for me to say no to. And I've said before that I don't really bought any more cabs. Thanks for the shirt the other day. So tempted now for Yoga Flame at the price, but not keen on the artwork. Yeah, I mean that seems to be the part of the course. Like the artwork just isn't great. And like you said, the new price point is very tempting. Absolutely. Have I bought any new cabs? No. I tried to buy a pinball machine this morning and was told that there was no delivery service in my area, so that put a quick stop to that. So yeah, I'm going to keep trying to see if I can break through that, but still contemplating Big Blue. It's the older Legacy cabinets at Smith, they are a very good deal if you're not worried about online or anything like that. They're absolutely fantastic to a point. they're really good as long as you're not over, I would say 5'10", because then you get that issue where you're sort of looking down on top of the marquee, which was a bit of a ball ache. But I'm 5'10", so it doesn't bother me. Yes, the vinyl skin sites, there's some brilliant ones over here actually, and there's one guy dedicated to arcade 1-ups. Bear with me 1 second. Let me see if I can find the dude. Retro Arcade. So, am I still broadcasting? So this guy here, if you are looking for any custom artwork for arcade 1-up machines, check this guy out. So retroarcade.co.uk, he does a load of different ones. He puts stuff up there for the to add the Johnny Cage, Daniel Pacino back onto the machine. But look at the stuff that you can get here. They're absolutely top-notch quality. Oh look, he's done one for Blitz. That's fantastic. Yep, excellent. You've already found that site. Yeah, I would highly recommend this guy. Local as well, so it's a UK company, so I would highly recommend any of these ones. Sorry, need to go back to a couple of chats here. So I really want Cadillacs and Dinosaur and Alien vs Predator. Alien vs Predator is such a good game. Oh, if they made a cabinet like with that on it, I'd be all over it. I do have it on one of the pie builds back there. It's fantastic to play on. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, I've never actually played. I've heard of it, but I've never played it. I must have a look at that actually, now that you've mentioned it, to see what it's like. So jumping back to the Dragon's Lair, 329. Yeah, that's Tom's 329. I'm thinking about it. It's just the space now. Yeah, I agree with you. It is hard to find the space for these machines now. The Dragon's Lair machine, I kind of dismissed it at first because I don't have the greatest nostalgia for it, and for its original price I thought, it's alright, many people will be in touch. It was still for some reason in the UK we got it a lot cheaper than the Americans. Very strange. I don't really know why, but 429 was a really good deal when it came out in the UK. 329 is even better. So you have the 3 games on it. You've got Dragon's Lair, Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace. There are issues on the cabinet that, I don't know, they could be deal breakers. Like there is a sound glitch where the audio becomes out of sync with the video. There's also another one where the attract mode stops working after a couple of play rounds. Now, yeah, that could be a deal breaker for some. The audio out of sync issue, I can't be 100% sure, but I think that was the same as on the original cabinet, so it may have just been that they've put it in and gone, there you go. I can't say for certain, but they are aware of the issues. I don't think they are going to be fixing it. It's not Wi-Fi enabled or anything like that, so there's no easy way of getting the fix sent down to people. They can do the whole USB thing, but that is just completely awkward, and whether or not people actually do it is another thing. So yeah, you put me right off. See, this is it. It's like, it's these little things that I think the audio issue would bug me. I know the attract mode would bug me because I like there's times I just love sitting out here and I'll be playing one game while all the others are just running through their attract modes, and it feels like you're back in an old 80s, 90s arcade. I'm drifting off the screen. I'm way over here somewhere. I'll just do the rest of the show from over here. I need to find a better position for that camera so I'm not sinking back, because I'm too close to this screen and my eyesight's started going. So I have to sit back here. But yes, Dragon's Lair looks beautiful. The marquee is gorgeous, and you can't really tell from this shot too well, but it's kind of angular, so it comes out and then it straightens and then it goes back in. So it's almost like one side of like a polygon, not a polygon, a pentagon, you know, like that. It really is gorgeous, and the artwork on the side and on the control panel is beautiful. I really do like it. But yeah, the issues are around sound, which a lot of people can't get past. I know sound and things like that. Like, you know yourself, if you're watching something on streaming and the audio gets out of sync with the video, it becomes unwatchable. I can't do that. It's just, no, I have to try and reload it or pause it or back up so it like whatever it's trying to do syncs the two up again. I used to have a burning process for processing for creating YouTube videos, and the longer a YouTube video went, the more out of sync the audio got with the video, and I would have like maybe a 40-minute video uploaded, and by the end of it I was as much as 20 seconds out from what I was doing, but I never checked it, and it was so irritating. I cannot stand it. So yes, Dragon's Lair 329. I don't know. I really swear, like, if iArcade came out over here, I think a load of people would pick that up, because Dragon's Lair's on it, and I think it's actually free. You can pick it up. Space Ace is on it as well, and they have a great little UI that sits on top of the video, so you don't need the separate the other screen here to keep track of your score and your lives. It's actually overlaid on the screen. I think iArcade did a brilliant job of implementing that onto their system. Yeah, I would say I would have to pass on that, just with the issues on there. Damn. it is an irritating one. But there you have it. Like, there's all of the deals that the game currently have on. Like I said at the start, in case anyone missed it, these are all £100 off, but they've made no fanfare, no announcement, no nothing that for any reason why they've done this. Like, most places would say, like, look at Smith's, for example. Look, there's the original price. They slashed it once, they slashed it again. Or you have ones like Liberty Games that have a big stamp on it that says, you know, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Christmas sale. Game haven't done that. Is this just them reducing the price? Is this now going to be? Because it's not like, I know that says special offer, but that said special offer beforehand. Actually, there's something to talk about very quickly. Is anybody interested in the Infinity Game Table? Because apparently they're still developing stuff for it. Like, over the weekend there, they've actually brought out Risk for it. So originally when this was coming out, I was really intrigued by it, and I thought it was going to be really good fun, and then the game list that they brought out was a bit lackluster. There was maybe 3-4 games on it that were pretty decent. Risk, yeah, Risk I might pick up. But I think, like, there's the games list there. So it's a little bit old. It's all very meh. Like, I think I would probably pick up like Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit, Cluedo, things like that. I think it would be quite fun, but I guess I'm echoing what a lot of people are saying, that they want to see more tabletop games like, I don't know, like Ticket to Ride, Settlers of Catan, things like that. I think if they were able to break through there, what's this? Oh, Ticket to Ride is on. Oh, eat my words. Yeah, more like that. Put more like that on it. Then I think it would sell loads. Was interested in it, but saw the price tag of $8.99 and thought, hell no. Yeah, absolutely. $900 was way too much. What are you thinking now for $650? It's still a lot, but you're talking about, it's a 32-inch play area. It's a lovely little table. I really wish they would hurry up and put more games onto it to make it a bit of a more viable product. There's been such a gap between Risk and the last game that they released, which I think was that stupid Harry Potter one, that I honestly thought they'd given up on this. With the inclusion of Risk, maybe that means that they're still... I'd probably hold out for $3.99. Ooh, $3.99's a big ask. I can understand that though, yeah. Like with the inclusion of Risk, this maybe gives us a bit of hope that they are still developing for it. It would be nice. It's on my Santa's list. Santa coming down with a 32-inch tablet. I think it would be a lot of fun, but the games list needs to what's this? Pandemic, yeah, that's a good game actually. Monopoly, Ticket to Ride, Battleship. Honestly, I don't know how you play Battleship on a tablet, on a 2-player tablet. Surely you can see where he's placed his ships. I don't get that one. I'd need to see how that one works as well. Comic books, you can get comic books onto it? My word. Like, I know there's the Team Encoder hack, which basically allows you to turn the game table into an Android tablet, access the Google Play Store, and go nuts. You could do that way, but I think you lose a bit of the online functions from it. I'm not 100% sure. I've never looked into it too closely. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. I agree, I would probably want it to come down in price a little bit more, but it's definitely interesting. So yeah, that's the only one that really says special offer. The other ones are just, that is the price now. But is it going to be the price? Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm sort of worried that I'm going to miss out on this unless DPD can clear their backload, because I kind of don't want to miss out on that pinball table. Honestly, if I picked that up, the first thing I'd be doing is soft modding that and installing the 10 Star Wars tables and the 10 Williams tables onto it. Think of that. Like, I know it's 600 quid, and I know that's a lot, but you're talking 600 quid for a pinball table with 30 tables on it. That's, you've got to sort of say that's a decent amount of replayability on that. Even if you weren't going to install any of the Pinball FX or anything like that, if you just got the 30 stock tables, now let's be honest, they are stock tables. The Star Wars, the Attack from Mars, and the Marvel are the exact same hardware. The only difference is they skinned them differently and installed the 10 tables associated with that skin. all of them have the ability to play all of the other games. So all you're really doing is installing them onto hardware that can take it. So that would be the first thing I do, is just install all 30 tables onto that machine, because yeah, I would need to install the update anyway to fix some of the the flipper lag and things like that. So there is the Marvel update there, which I would be installing as part of it, and then just sideloading the other 20 tables onto it. So that's really what I want to do, and it's so annoying that I went on this morning, went to do it, and was told, nah, you're not buying it. It's like, it's my money, let me buy things. But there we are. I think we've pretty much covered everything. The likes of Liberty and Quirky. The Quirky deal on Blitz has run out. Now, I think I said Blitz was, what did I say? Blitz was $5.50 last week. So this is 50 quid less again. Ugh. This is difficult. Like, temptation is everywhere. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is obviously there's some ones out there that think this is maybe a good one. Yoga Flame, I don't know, it's not for me, but if you're a big Capcom fan, then it's probably a good one to go for. I think, like you said, Big Blue is just too pricey at the moment. Do you think Star Wars Arcade and Time Crisis get released here, given ones like Ridge Racer and T2 never made it and they cancelled Star Wars before? So yeah, kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, saying that since, yeah, T2 actually, that's annoying. I was going to say since Golden Tee, nearly all of the other cabinets that have been released have come over to the UK, bar Killer Instinct. But now that you've brought up T2, that was one that never made it over. Damn it. I would say that if we do, well, okay, I would say that when the Star Wars stand-up is released, we will get it. I would like to hope that it'll come over fairly quickly. Time Crisis, I would like, what stopped T2 from coming over? Why would that have not made it over? There's definitely a fan base for it. Why would they have stopped it? Licensing? I don't know. I'm trying to think why that wouldn't have made it over. It's a gun game. Could there be restrictions on that? I don't know. Yeah, you've made an excellent point with T2, and I have no idea why T2 never made it over. That'll be an interesting one. Star Wars, I hope, I have great hope that it will make it over, and they better not do a sit-down variant. I don't want that. Also, I have no room for a sit-down. I need it to be 3/4 scale on its riser, and I will certainly be picking that up. I will be pre-ordering it. Time Crisis, I need to have another. They need to release more images of it. That one picture, I really hope is a early prototype, because it's terrible looking. I know the games list is so tempting on that. Like you're talking Time Crisis, the two Point Blank games, and the two oh no, there's an R2 games on it. I'm totally blanking. So it's Time Crisis, Point Blank 1 and 2, and Steel Gunner? Does that sound right? Steel Gunner 1 and 2? I think that's what it is. So it's definitely a lot better than Terminator with its one game on it and a hidden video. Yeah, it did look bad, that pedal. That pedal looked worse than the pedals you got with Outrun. Like that thing is just it's going to snap. And you need that pedal for Time Crisis. That's the problem. How did they do it on the Steel Gunner? Thank you, it was. How did they do it on the PlayStation? Was it a button on the side of the gun? Was that how you ducked? It might have been, because there was no pedal for the the PlayStation version. I appreciate that they're doing a pedal. Yeah, it definitely makes it more arcade accurate. Could you live without it? Just fix the pedal. Just fix the pedal. Anyway, yes, to answer your question, yes, I do think we're going to be getting Star Wars, and I'd like to think that we're getting Time Crisis as well. It's annoying, yes, that Ridge Racer never made it over. That would definitely have been a pickup for me. Terminator 2, I really can't answer that one. I don't know why that never came over. It's definitely, like, I suppose we have to understand that they go out to the retailers and say, we've got this cabinet, do you want to buy it? They're not coming to us and saying, would you buy it? They're going to Game and Smiths and saying, do you want to buy it? And sell it on. So whether or not they went to Game or whoever and said, here's Terminator, it's 800 quid and it has one game on it, and Game have went, fuck off, no one's buying that. That's a possibility. Or they just never made that offer to Game or to Smiths or to whoever. Because I think, like, if you had brought over Ridge Racer, definitely people would have bought that. I really do think so. But I'd love to know the process. I'd love to know who makes the decisions of what cabinets to bring over to the UK. And I'd love to be like the devil on his shoulder, just going, yes, bring over Ridge Racer, buy Star Wars. I think that would be my ideal job. Anyway, guys, let's jump back over here a second. Where am I? No, that one there. I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover tonight. Thank you all very much for joining. I hope you got some entertainment out of this, some tidbits, some, I don't know, a bit of information. I definitely think these sales are, if this is a sale, I have no idea if this is now just Game deciding to drop the price for some unknown reason. It'd be awesome if that was the new price point, wouldn't it? But we shall see. And I really do hope that Star Wars comes along. We should see it early in the new year. So I'm hoping like mid-January when retailers start to sort of settle back down from the holiday breaks and the New Year's sales and things like that, then we'll maybe see that the announcement come up. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me tonight, guys, and yeah, I will see you again very soon. Take her easy. Bye now.